My name's Duddy, set up builds and stuff. Today's video is going to be about two things. It's going to be about a gear set that is absolutely fantastic, really good, and I've also got a truth to show you as well. The truth buff feels incredible. The gear set literally is a void heaven. Void explosions everywhere and weakening and overshields. This gear set is fantastic. The gear set itself is called the Eutechnology robes. This gear set, guys, it's absolutely incredible, and I'll also be chucking in a review of the buffed Truth. Truth feels absolutely naughty. It is fast firing. Look at the state of that. So fast. You can fire 3 rockets in about a second, half a second, and get cluster bombs. Absolutely insane. And we'll look at some seasonal artifact perks. I'm going to buff both of these things out. So stay with me. I'll break the video down. So, we'll start off with the gear set, the Eutechnology robes. I got this basically from farming Onslaught. I just did like one Onslaught and I managed to get a full set. I'm not sure exactly where else it drops, but for me, I just got it from Onslaught. 2-piece gift, delay lines, rapidly defeating combatants with void energy, spawns a void breach. Pretty decent, but like I said, there's someone that's going to buff this out really good as well as we get into the video. And then the 4-piece Techian Foresight. After collecting a void breach, your next final blow with void weapon triggers a detonation. The detonation is more powerful if it's triggered quickly after collecting a void breach. So breakdown, you basically get 2 or 3 kills, depending on what enemies you kill, and it's going to spawn a void breach. That's the 2-piece set working. And then what you do is you pick that void breach up, get a kill, and it's going to do this Techian explosion. So I'll show you that working now. So Techian's Foresight, and you're going to see in a second, once you pick that void breach up, look at the state of that. Big blast of void energy. So that's pretty good on its own, but we've got a whole seasonal artifact perk that's going to buff this out. Volatile Flow, picking up an orb of power, grants you volatile rounds. This is the MPA repulsor. Onto the breach, defeated a void debuff targets, creates a void breach. Protective breach, so when you pick up that void breach, you're going to get an overshield as well as the explosion. You also got this one on there, void weapon channeling. You gain a temporary bonus to void weapon damage after you defeat a target with a void weapon, while at least one of your void abilities is fully charged. This damage bonus increases as well, based on the number of abilities you've got charged. And finally, this one is really nice as well, picking up a void breach, which you're going to get loads of with this gear set. So when you pick up that void breach, it's going to cause your next source of void damage to create a large weakening pulse. So if you can imagine all that Techian explosion from the gear set, and then you're going to spawn loads of void breaches at will, really, very easily. You pick that void breach up, it's going to give you a void overshield from the seasonal artifact pack, and your next source of void damage will also do a weakening blast, which works perfectly with the 4-piece on this gear set, because it's going to weaken as well. So it all just works fantastically well. And it works incredibly well with all void weapons, but specifically it works really nicely with the brand new seasonal exotic, the 10 coat. I did a whole video on this yesterday. You're going to be able to hip fire this thing like crazy, and this does weakening as well. So this thing with the gear set and that specific seasonal artifact, it is absolutely fantastic. It is so good. You just get void weakening explosions everywhere, void breaches left, right and centre, overshields, the lot. Really good. And then you got volatile rounds as well from the volatile rounds seasonal artifact perk. It all just works fantastically. The 4-piece gear set is definitely worth farming out, and you can see in this clip you've literally just got void schmuck everywhere. It just feels absolutely incredible. All that like 4-piece bonus that you get, like explosions, is weakening as well, don't forget, with the seasonal artifact perk. So yeah, it's really good. I was very impressed with it. Just for an example, nothing manacles, scatter grenades, just something like that. It's going to be really good. Echo of Harvest as well. This is also going to spawn void breaches. So you're going to have void breaches left, right and centre with the 2-piece gear set as well. And like I've said a couple of times, that seasonal artifact perk, it's just like an extension. It almost feels like Void 4.0 to me. It feels really good. And again, I use the 10 coat hand cannon, but it's going to work with all void weapons. But I really like this hand cannon. It feels absolutely magnificent. Just being able to hip fire and get all of them extra damage from the weakening and the explosions from the 4-piece Gearset. It just feels incredible. Like I said, overshields galore, and just being able to hip fire this thing. And obviously on Void as well, you've got your built-in Devour pretty much active 90% of the time. Really, really good. This is a Master Lost sector. I just wanted to go check it out in a decent level, and it feels really, really good. As you can see here, this hand cannon absolutely shreds once you've got the trait going on it. Really good. I'll leave a link to that video that I made yesterday. And now we're going to move on to the truth. This actually got a buff. So what it states now, this weapon's rockets have tracking, lock onto targets when aiming down sights. Landing hits with a full magazine, grants ammo and boosts the next magazine with increased tracking strength, stability and rate of fire. It's also got the catalyst on there, which I haven't got yet, is Reaper's Tithe. I haven't found that yet, but basically, if you hit 3 rockets like so, it's going to get a buff on that bottom left called Prototype Seeker. So hit 3 rockets, and if you just take a look on that bottom left, that Prototype True Seeker, what that does is buffing the other 3 magazines, and you also get a rocket back as well if you land all 3. And then once you've got that Prototype Truth Seeker active, look at the state of that. It fires 3 rockets instantly almost, and you get cluster bombs on it. And then obviously on a warlock, you just stick like Child of the Old Gods down for a weakening Child of the Old Gods. And again, we've got seasonal artifact perks on there, like Blast Radius from the Queen Foil Sensor, Anti-Champion as well for rocket launchers there. Really good. Argent Ordnance is a big one. I believe that's 35% damage increase. I'll have to check that, but I'm pretty sure that's 35%. So you've got your weakening from your Child of the Old Gods or your scatter grenades, and you can even use the Gearset with this as well, what I was talking about. The Eutechnology robes and stuff like that. It just feels incredible. Get an Orb of Power very easily nowadays for your Argent Ordnance, and you can just spam 3 rockets with cluster bombs instantly. Get a bit of weakening on there, and it absolutely feels incredible. I haven't had a chance to use it in like DPS situations yet. I'm pretty sure it'll be excellent for DPS situations, but I used it against some champions and a Grandmaster, and it just absolutely destroyed them, guys. Look at the state of that. Bosh, get gone. Instant death. But that's the video. Let me know what you guys think. The 4-piece Gearset, incredible with the 10-core hand cannon, and the truth just feels amazing with the Void seasonal artifact perks. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this helpful. Have a great day.